Ito, 104.3 FM.
Radyo Pilipinas.
Radio Pilipinas and Capital 104.3 Cola.
Good news! Ang inyong pinagkakatiwalaang Radyo Pilipinas nasa TV na. Oo, nasa TV na. Ang Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM ay live nang mapapanood sa Channel 3 ng ABS-CBN TV Plus at Channels 45 to 49 ng GMA Affordabox. Kaya may access ka na sa balitang totoo anytime, anywhere. Sa radyo, sa social media at TV. Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM.
Paano nga ba mag-register para magkaroon ng schedule sa Bagong Pilipinas Presidential Action Center? Narito ang mga dapat gawin. Gamit ang iyong mobile device, pumunta sa eGov.ph app. Pwede itong i-download mula sa Apple App Store o sa Google Play Store. Gumawa ng account. Ilagay ang email address, valid mobile number, pagkatapos ay makakatanggap ka ng one-time code sa iyong email. Gamitin ang code sa eGov app para sa verification ng iyong account at ng mga impormasyong ibinigay. Congratulations! Meron ka ng eGov.ph app account. Pwede mo na ma-access ang iba't ibang serbisyo ng gobyerno kabilang ang mga serbisyo sa Bagong Pilipinas Presidential Action Center.
Sa bawat pag-alis ng isang OFW, may pangarap. Pero may takot din. Takot na sa pag-uwi. Wala pa ring kabuhayan, walang kasiguruhan. Pero nagbago ang kwento. Sa pagsisimula pa lang ng Department of Migrant Workers, maliwanag ang direksyon ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Itaguyod ang National Reintegration Program.
Ito yung program ng Department of Migrant Workers para tuloy-tuloy ang tulong sa kahit nakauwi na yung OFW ay may tulong pa rin sila natatanggap sa pamahalaan.
Sa kanilang pag-uwi ay dapat ganap ang tulong at suporta, hindi mga government agencies na magkakahiwalay kundi sanib puwersa.
Mula sa mga training para sa pag-eempleyo at pagninegosyo, binubuksan ang mga oportunidad na dati sa ibang bansa lang natatagpuan. Last week, personal na binisita ng Pangulo ang iba't ibang training na ibinibigay ng DMW, tulad ng negosyo ng soap making sa Laguna. Isa ito sa mga negosyong ngayoy nagbibigay ng bagong kita at bagong pag-asa sa ating mga OFW. Isang dating seaman, chef at housekeeping staff. Ngayon, mga negosyante na. Sa pagninegosyo, gumagabay ang Department of Trade and Industry.
Ang laki ng ginawa nilang sakripisyo para magtrabaho sa ibang bansa. Tinatawag natin silang bagong bayani. Dapat naman, pag uwi nila, mayroon din tayo may tulong sa kanila para patuloy naman ang kanilang anak.
Sa buong bansa, tuloy-tuloy ang trabaho. Isa-isang inaayos sa mga bagay na nagpapagaan sa buhay ng mga Pilipino. Ang pag-uwi para sa mga OFW, hindi nakatapusan, kundi isang matapang na simula para sa ating mga bagong bayani.
Ito ang Presidential Broadcast Service.
Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko
Ng Bagong Pilipinas para sa Bagong Pilipino. Naghahatid ng mahahalagang balita at impormasyon na guugnay ng pamahalaan sa sambayanan. Tulay sa himpapawid ng serbisyo publiko. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Ang boses ng Pangulo. Sa Mega Manila, 738.
Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko.
Oras sa buong Pilipinas, 4 na minuto makalipas ang 3:00 ng hapon. Good afternoon at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at welcome po tayo sa ating programang Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross dito po sa Radyo Pilipinas. Ngayon pong huling araw na po tayo ng buwan ng Mayo, taong 2026 at bukas Hunyo na at napakabilis talaga ng taon, ng araw at ng oras. Pero mo, kamakailan lang tayo nagsimula ng taong 2026 at ngayon ay halos na sa kalagitnaan na tayo ng taon. At syempre, inaanyayahan namin kayo hanggang alas 4 po tayo ng hapon sa ating talakayan. Samahan niyo po kami. Mag-like and share po tayo sa ating Facebook page na Radyo Pilipinas at sa atin din sa Kalinga Hatid. Like and share, comment po tayo. Tayo rin napapanood din po sa atin na For the Box at Digibox. Okay? At syempre, nice nating pasalamatan ng bumubuo ng ating programa mula sa Presidential Communication Office, ang ating Secretary Dave Gomez, sa ating Presidential Broadcasting Service, ang ating Station Manager, Sir Alan Alyanige. At kasama yan ng iba pa niyang kasama, si Sir Ray Sampang, sa technical side, Sir Ori Lopez, Ma'am Joy Timidan, at si Ma'am Jubel Lustre. Okay, sa Philippine Red Cross po, ang Chairman and CEO natin na si Senator Richard J. Gordon, kasama ng iba pang Board of Governors natin at ng ating Secretary General Dr. Gwen Pang. At ng ating mga chapters natin, na mahigit 100 chapters po tayo nationwide, kasama ng kanilang mga Board of Directors, ang kanilang mga Administrator, Red Cross 143 at Red Cross Youth. Okay? At napakabilis ng panahon at talaga nga naman halos patapos na tayo for the summer season at nakakaramdam na tayo dahil kahapon ay nag-hello na ang ating habagat. At siguro sa mga susunod na panahon, yan ay ating tatalakayin ng ating preparasyon para sa tag-ulan. Okay, at hindi natin patatagalin pa, makasama natin via Zoom, Governor Corazon Alma. Magandang hapon po, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am Cora. Narinig niya ba?
Yes,
Okay na po.
thank you very much. We're pleased to announce that our topic this afternoon is the Spanish Red Cross projects and partnership programs with Philippine Red Cross. Our guest, I hope she will show herself now, Miss Maider Zabala Segurola, Spanish Red Cross delegate. Please enter, Maider.
Good
Hello, good
afternoon, Ma'am
afternoon.
Maider.
Thank you very much, of Cora.
Hi, ma'am.
Thank you. We're very happy to have you. Now, our first question is, how long, excuse me, how long are you staying here in the Philippines?
So thank you very much for the introduction of Cora. For me, it's already over 3 years that I'm staying here in the Philippines with the Spanish Red Cross.
Okay. Can you tell us about yourself, brief background, information, and as well as can you tell how the Spanish Red Cross started in the Philippines? Go ahead, Maider.
Yes, thank you so much. So for me, I am a humanitarian worker and I have been deployed in different countries. And as I mentioned earlier, for the last 3 years, I have been working here in the Philippines, assigned to different projects and also with representing the Spanish Red Cross. For the Spanish Red Cross, it started following the First Geneva Convention back in 1864. And here in the Philippines, we have been working together with the Philippine Red Cross for over 20 years now.
I guess it's very important to ask, can you tell how the Spanish Red Cross started?
Yes, of course. So, as I mentioned, following the Geneva Conventions, the context was quite different, right? So, back in the time, it was more related to attending to the soldiers and civilians in conflict-related scenario, right? So, it provided this type of assistance. So by the end of the 19th century already, the structure became stronger. We started having provincial and local assemblies. And for instance, by the beginning of the 20th century already, we were providing assistance to the influenza that was affecting globally, but also in Spain. And so that's how we grew our programs also in health and welfare services up until today.
Of course, we're interested to know what are the recent projects of the Spanish Red Cross to the Philippine Red Cross. Specify the projects, their locations, and number of beneficiaries, if you can share with us. Go ahead, Maider.
I would be very happy to share, Cora. For us, in the beginning, we started working here supporting the Philippine Red Cross for disaster response following the onset of different typhoons, earthquakes, and other disasters. But currently, our programs focus on promoting resilience, community resilience, and we have many ongoing projects. For instance, we have a circular economy project. This means promoting proper waste management, and we involve livelihood approach, but also wash, right? Water and sanitation. For this, we work in urban communities. We are targeting 3 cities, Manila, Navotas, and Zamboanga. And we worked with waste workers because these are the frontliners, right? Other projects that we have is our Green Livelihood Project. For this one is in Zamboanga City. And within Zamboanga City, we target coastal barangays. We work in the intersection between livelihood, women empowerment, community resilience, and waste management also. The beneficiaries for this one are 14 associations, as well as 38 individual entrepreneurs and their families, as well as the communities of the 8 targeted barangays. Another one
Thank
of
you
our
very
projects, should I share because we have so many, Cora, Cora.
Yes, please do.
Yes, we are also in Mindanao, in Maguindanao provinces. We have a project called the Switch Maguindanao project, where we are working with 20 cooperatives on the coconut production. And so we support the resilience and inclusive and sustainable development. And finally, we have our NARA project, which is in Eastern Samar and Tarlac, and we also support CSOs in building resilient livelihoods.
Have you visited any disaster affected areas in the Philippines?
For me personally, I was not deployed on the onset of emergencies. As you know, the delegates have very strict no protocols before being deployed to the field. The first one usually to respond are the local chapters and our volunteers.
And of course, we're interested to know what are the previews and upcoming projects or tie ups of the Spanish Red Cross to the Philippine Red Cross.
Well, of course, we are ready to respond if there's an emergency happening and to support the Philippine Red Cross in providing this response, right? And also for other ongoing projects on resilience, we are planning to continue working here in Metro Manila for the circular economy and waste management, among others.
Currently, how many chapters does the Spanish Red Cross help and giving assistance?
Right now, we are working with 7 chapters.
Are you
Hello? Yes. Right
okay?
now, we are
Yes,
supporting
go
7
ahead.
chapters in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao for the projects I mentioned.
Okay. And of course, we're interested for Maider's involvement. When did you start to be a Red Crosser? It's now you who we're talking about.
Yes. Well, for me, as I said, I joined the Red Cross here in the Philippines, and it's been over 3 years now.
And what are your experiences in dealing with different disasters and calamities in other countries? Have you
Well,
had
so many
experience?
experiences, and it's always a challenge. It's
Mm.
always a challenge, but something that I can say is that, of course, here in the Philippines with the local chapters and the volunteers, it's very different because we are ready to support in the very onset of the calamities. No, so that's something I really noticed here in the Philippines, and I appreciate.
What areas have you visited in the Philippines, Philippine Red Cross, and what can you say about the volunteers of Philippine Red Cross?
For the areas I visited, I was very engaged. I used to serve as a delegate supporting the Zamboanga City chapter, so I've been deployed there a lot, and also other areas in Mindanao. And what can I say about the volunteers of the Red Cross? I have to say they are the backbone, right, of the Red Cross. They are our eyes, they are our ears, and they are the first liners whenever we have a disaster or even in the day to day.
Yeah. Well, of course, it is this time it's you we're talking about because we're interested to find out how did you become, of course, connected with the Red Cross, with the Spanish Red Cross first as a delegate.
Okay. In my case, I am a humanitarian worker, and I was always interested in the Red Cross because it's among all the actors, the Red Cross stands out because it's a strong movement present in almost all the countries around the world. And I had this occasion to join the Red Cross here in the Philippines. I was familiar with the country. It's a country that inspires me a lot because of its culture and people. So since there was this opportunity, yeah, that's how I joined.
Yeah. Well, of course, we're interested in personally who is Maider Zabala Segurola. What was your background? Um, of course, you're from Spain, I imagine. Where did you stay? Where were you born in Spain?
Well, I am originally from the north of Spain, and I started a humanitarian career quite early. This was my, let's say, my passion. And ever since, I was deployed with different organizations in different countries. I've been deployed here in Asia and also in Africa. And I have also worked at the HQ level at Spain itself.
Yes. Well, I myself have been to Spain, but not for the Spanish Red Cross. We were there as tourists, and of course, I have seen the um, beauty of Spain, and so when I remember Spain, of course, we in the Philippines have speak Spanish. The older people speak Spanish, and we have found it helpful when we go to ride the taxis, we would say, tenemos prisa, meaning we're in a hurry so that they can bring us to the places we want to. But I guess your background, we would be interested how you got involved with Spanish Red Cross first because the Spanish Red Cross have had a long history with the Philippine Red Cross. I myself was a Secretary General way back in 2006 to 2009, but have not been to Spain for to see the Spanish Red Cross, but have met a lot of volunteers from Spanish Red Cross during the time when I was Secretary General, and even up to now. This is why I'm uh, trying to involve the as resource person for our radio program Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross because this is the only time we can introduce like Maider, Zabala, Segurola, Spanish Red Cross delegate in our radio program. And I think there is so much to ask you in terms of your own experiences and what if you have seen chapters already where Spanish Red Cross has been helping and giving assistance. Which places have you been already?
Yeah, so thank you, Cora, for your words. I'm happy to hear that you have visited the Spain and that you liked it, right? Indeed, myself also sometimes I feel like at home, and already after these 3 years, I feel like at home here in the Philippines, especially when somewhere that I used to visit very often is Zamboanga City chapter. And they have the Chabacano language, which is
Yes.
very close to Spanish. So it's really being away from home and being away of physically from the Spanish Red Cross, it makes me feel even more at home.
Mm. But I would be interested, and I'm sure
Yeah.
our own listeners, when did you start to be a Red Crosser in Spain and other areas that you have been? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
For me,
Maider?
it was really with the Red Cross. I was involved for this deployment to the Philippines because before I was working with different humanitarian organizations. So in my case, I was not a young volunteer or a Red Cross volunteer. However, I was a very active person, let's say, and I was joining different initiatives back in Spain, and that's how I discovered my passion for humanitarian service, and that's also how I came to the Philippines for the first time back in 2018. That was a different initiative, different project. And I discovered the Philippines. I felt like at home even for the first time. And I saw, okay, these are more than 7,000 islands, right? It will take me some time to discover all of them. So that's why later on I had the opportunity to join the Spanish Red Cross. And once I joined the Spanish Red Cross, we had this deployment in the Philippines to support our delegation. And I thought it was a great opportunity to pursue my humanitarian passion, right?
Mm. Well, very, very often when we meet the volunteers, they have preferences which where they want to go. And of course, like you mentioned, Zamboanga is very important because they speak Spanish, at least the way they talk there. But it's very important. What experiences did you have that you felt good about it, or that you found challenges in visiting Red Cross chapters? Go ahead, Maider.
Well, since my first position that I held here in the Philippines was as a project delegate, I was working hand in hand with the chapters, right? So I was visiting the chapters very often. And the first thing I always want to do is to listen to the chapter, right? Because they are the ones that own the specific projects. And so something that this is also what I like the most, right? To be able to visit the chapters and also to be able to visit the communities. And since I used to travel maybe very frequently, let's say if not every month but very frequently, I was happy to see the impact in the field and how every time I would go, the previous challenge would be overcome and the community would be thriving. So this is one of the things that we appreciate in this type of work, that what our work and the work of the volunteers and the chapters and the Philippine Red Cross is really bringing an impact to the communities.
Of course, you hear our, shall we say, 143 volunteers.
Yes.
And these 143 volunteers is all over the Philippines. And I don't know if we've had the opportunity to meet some of those in the chapters. And how did you find them, this Red Cross 143 volunteers?
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, they are our eyes and our ears. Of course, I met them every time there's a project with the Philippine Red Cross. The very first thing is to work with our volunteers, no? And
Mm.
in all our projects, we have our Red Cross 143 volunteers. And they are very valuable because in those times when our field teams maybe cannot reach the communities due to the situation or the weather or the different factors, our volunteers are always there. And I'm very grateful to the 143 volunteers in the field.
We are a disaster prone country. And I'm interested to know what are your experiences in dealing with different disasters and calamities in other countries. Have you
Yes,
had?
that's a very interesting question. Thank you so much. Before coming to the Philippines, I was deployed in Africa, where the main disaster is food security. So this is maybe not a sudden onset impact, let's say, but it's rather caused by drought or also long conflict, right? That caused this type of situations. So we were building community resilience, providing assistance to the communities in the most difficult times, right? And at that time, for example, I can say we had a successful experience because after several years, then the situation became better, which means that really the humanitarian work had an impact. In this case, in food security. So in those cases, as you know, like the Red Cross, we don't stand out, but we continue supporting resilience so that there's a transition and communities can bounce back stronger.
Oh, okay. I guess we will take a break because we would like to talk about who is Maider Zabala Segurola, so that we will understand why she's working with this humanitarian Red Cross and the Red Cross as a humanitarian organization, and what is your background. But first, we'll take a break because we will have some announcements. Go ahead, Edison.
Yes, thank you very much, Cora. We'll be pausing for a commercial break, and afterwards we going to have Philippine Red Cross News Flash, and then some reports of our chapters nationwide just for this commercial break. We're going to be right back.
Pilipinas, handa ka na ba? Ang ating million-peso question. Kapag may pumutok na bulkan malapit sa inyong lugar at sinabayan pa ng malakas na ulan, ano ang kailangan mong iwasan? Letter A, ex mong hindi ka naman pinahalagahan? Letter B, mga marites ng inyong barangay? O letter C, mga ilog at sapa dahil pwedeng magkaroon ng lahar? Kung C ang sagot mo, may tama ka. Delikado ang lahar o ang mabilis na daloy ng naghahalong abo ng bulkan at tubig. O, ngayon, alam mo na kung saan ka dapat lumayo. O sige na, lapit ka na kay ex. Hehe. Hashtag panatag ang may alam.
Maging panatag, Pilipinas.
Mula sa iba't ibang panig ng Pilipinas, narito ang kalipunan ng mga balitang Red Cross. Ako si Jairus Limpiada para sa PRC News Flash. Muling nagpamalas ng pagmamalasakit sa kapwa ang Philippine Red Cross o PRC sa isinagawa nitong Resilience Caravan sa Barangay Silangan, Quezon City at Barangay San Jose, Antipolo City nitong nakaraang Miyerkules, May 13. Bahagi ang programa sa Resilience and Adaptation to Climate Hazards o Project REACH ng organisasyon na naglalayong palakasin pa ang resilience ng mga komunidad laban sa climate risks. Ang Resilience Caravan ay isang ongoing project ng PRC na layong tanggalin ang hassle ng healthcare at safety education sa mga barangay sa pamamagitan ng paghahatid ng iba't ibang serbisyo ng organisasyon sa iisang venue tulad ng medical consultations, first aid demonstrations, at welfare kit distributions. Isa rin sa mga adhikain ng programa ang pagpapalaganap ng disaster preparedness at climate adaptation sa mga residente sa tulong ng mga lectures na pinangungunahan ng mga profesional tulad ni Pag-asa Weather Services Chief Lorenzo Moron.
Mga komunikasyon natin sa mga lay people, no? Sa ating publiko, no? Kailangan siguraduhin natin na talagang ito ay naiintindihan ng tao at kung ganun naman ay makagawa ko sila ng karampatang hakbang o aksyon para mas maiwasan yung epekto ng mga masasamang panahon dulot ng pagbabago ng klima.
Isa si Emily Garcia sa mga benepisyaryong dumalo sa Resilience Caravan sa Barangay San Jose. Aniya, ang PRC ang naggandog ng bahay sa kanila noon matapos manalanta ang Typhoon Ondoy, na siyang sumira sa lumang bahay at gagamitan nilang pamilya.
Dito nagkaroon ng medical check-up na libre at mayroon pang mga kami nakikilalang iba't ibang tao na nakakasama namin at nagdo-donate din sa amin ng kung anong bagay, may gamot at kung ano pa.
Kabilang ang Resilience Caravan sa mga supporting project ng 28th International Conference on Community-Based Adaptation to Climate Change ng International Institute for Environment and Development at Manila Observatory na ginanap nitong May 11 hanggang 14. Layunin ng Global Conference na pagtipunin ng mga practitioners, governments, policymakers, at community representatives upang maglahad ng kaalaman ukol sa locally led adaptation practices. Ayon kay PRC Chairman and CEO Richard J. Gordon, patuloy na magsasagawa ang organisasyon ng mga similar na proyekto sa iba't ibang bahagi ng bansa para tuluyang makatulong sa mga komunidad na nangangailangan ng serbisyo at kaalaman. Dagdag ni PRC Secretary General Dr. Gwendolyn Pang, lubos nilang ikinatuwa ang sayang inihatid ng organisasyon sa mga barangay na pinamahagian ng tulong. At yan ang pinakabagong balita mula sa PRC. Abangan ang mga news updates dito sa PRC News Flash. Ako si Jairus Limpiada.
Hi, I'm Safeguard. It is so nice to meet you. I may look small, but when emergencies happen, I become very important. I fit in your wallet, but I can save you thousands. For only 1,200 pesos a year, I make you a member of the Philippine Red Cross, helping people even when you're not there. Safeguard benefits include free ambulance service when emergency strikes and also one free bag of blood because sometimes life depends on it. I've got your back. Accident benefits make sure you and your loved ones are safe, like having a superhero in your wallet. I may be small, but with me you carry protection, kindness, and courage. You're never alone when emergencies strike. Get your Safeguard today. Carry it with you, protect lives, empower families, and be a hero. Make a difference. Save a life.
Okay, nagbabalik po tayo sa ating programa at by the way, nagkaroon po tayo ng isang rescue operation kanina sa isang aksidente dyan sa may Tarlac at tayo po ngayon ay sa kasalukuyan na naghahatid ng dugo para dyan sa mga nangangailangan na mga pasyente na tinamaan ng aksidente. Ang balita po natin ay 20 yatang mga pasyente ngayon yan ang siservisyohan ng ating Philippine Red Cross, National Blood Center. At syempre, dito rin po ang Philippine Red Cross ay involved din dun sa nangyaring collapse structure dyan sa may Angeles, Pampanga, kung saan ang ating mga team mula sa Emergency Response Unit at dito po sa Pampanga Angeles City Chapter ay involved po sa pinasagawang rescue operation. Meron din po tayo dyan mga welfare desk at tayo po nag-provide din ng mga cadaver bags para doon sa mga natagpo ang mga labi ng nangyaring trahedya na yan sa may Angeles. Okay, bago tayo magpatuloy, Gov Cora, may tanong lang po.
Yes.
May tanong lang po dito sa isa nating listener to our Spanish Red Cross delegate. There's a question here. If you're involved in the operation in Spanish Red Cross, are you a volunteer then? And then how does the Spanish Red Cross do their fundraising activity?
Go ahead, Maiden. We're interested to know how the Spanish Red Cross also does its fundraising, because no organization can continue its work without the resources necessary. Go ahead, Maider.
Thank you very much. So for the Spanish Red Cross fundraising, as you mentioned, fundraising is part of, it's an important activity for the national societies to make sure that we can have our funds to work and keep our operations and programs going, right? So I think this is a situation we all share. In the case of the Spanish Red Cross, we have different programs. In the one hand, we do have how do we call this? Members.
Mm-hmm.
So we have many members across the country that keep supporting through their membership the Spanish Red Cross. Other type of initiatives that are very well known and long-standing are our partnership with some agencies, such as the lottery. So this would fund our. This would be a strong source of income among all the other fundraising activities. It's important to note, as you know, that fundraising is often led by local assemblies in our case. So they are the ones according to their local context that craft the different programs.
Yeah. Well, as you know, we are marketing the safeguard that is to generate membership and resources necessary. And of course, our 143 volunteers all over the country. Some of these 143 volunteers have been beneficiaries as well, but we also want to target the young people to be able uh, to reach the bigger market in terms of membership of Philippine Red Cross. We know that we have over 100 chapters of the Philippine Red Cross, and I wonder if you have met some of these, you have gone to some of these chapters, Maider.
Yes, thank you. I was very lucky to work hand in hand with the chapters and to visit some of the chapters. Here in Luzon, Metro Manila in particular, I have visited Manila chapter, Manila City chapter located in Intramuros, and also Caloocan City chapter, in particular Nabota subchapter. Those are some that I have worked very closely with. But then also in Mindanao, I was lucky to visit, as I said, the Zamboanga City chapter, working closely with them, the Spanish Red Cross, and also Maguindanao Cotabato City chapter.
We also had Secretary General with the family in Zabala, Lisa Zabala. And I wonder whether her husband, named Zabala, also had any connection with Spain. But beyond that, we're interested to know the making of a Red Crosser for Maider Zabala Segurola. Rola, how did you become a Red Crosser? Did you go to school? What did you take? And how did you find your experience during the time when you started as a Red Crosser? We're interested to know your background and what have been your challenges working with Spanish Red Cross, not just in the Philippines, but in other countries. Go ahead.
I see. Um, I have to say that in Spain, for all the people that want to become engaged with the Red Cross since they are young, we also have the Red Cross Youth. So that's a great avenue for youth to become engaged. The Spanish Red Cross Youth is present in all the local assemblies, and they lead a broad range of activities. So that's one possible way to be engaged. Then for the Red Cross as itself, we have many programs across the country, right? So this is a very ample services that we cover from welfare and also some common services, right? Like the restoring family links and the providing relief, etc. So those are all the programs that we have at home. And then, of course, we have the International Cooperation Department, which is the one that I am currently engaged with. So aside from all the programs that we provide nationally in Spain, we have the International Cooperation Department, which is specific to promote partnership among other partners of the Red Cross, Red Crescent movement. So our department is closely working with other national societies, not only here in Asia, but also around the world. So we promote different types of support and cooperation among national societies.
But I suppose Spain, a rich country by this time, not although we were under Spain for 400 years, I wonder how you found coming to the Philippines as before we are we are subjugated to to Spain, and a lot of Filipinos, even our national hero, Jose Rizal, studied in Spain, and they've been identified and speak Spanish. And many of the Filipinos, the older Filipinos, speak Spanish. But us, who came much later, took 24 units of Spanish in our university. But afterwards, when it was no longer needed, a lot of Filipinos no longer speak. But the older families, the richer families, tend to speak Spanish. But I think what is interesting is the friendship with Spain continues despite the 400 years that we were under Spain. But I would just like to ask for the last few minutes, uh, how did you find your experience coming to the Philippines, being assigned here, and how do you go forward? And best words that you can describe the Philippine Red Cross. So many questions, but I'm sure you can share your own challenges coming to the Philippines. And of course, as you complete your term of service here, looking forward to you going back to Spain. Go ahead, Maider.
Well, indeed, I think each deployment is special, right? Each country has a different context, and there are many reasons that can link a humanitarian to a specific country. But my experience here in the Philippines was really marked by as you were mentioning, the strong link and friendship between Spain and the Philippines. This makes that our cultures have many similarities. Even the languages have similarities, right? As we were discussing earlier. So as a whole, I have always, since the first day, felt like at home in the Philippines, and it's my pleasure to provide these years of service here in the Philippines. So maybe one of the words that describes the best the Red Cross and the volunteers, as I mentioned before, is resilience. The Philippines is a very resilient country, and I think this would be a very adequate word.
I look forward to meeting you in the Philippine Red Cross headquarters, and I certainly look forward to exchanging notes with you once I'm able to go to Philippine Red Cross headquarters because I had a bad fall and had to be hospitalized, and I'm receiving therapy. But getting to know you is very important, and in this radio program, which I've handled for the last 20 years, I look forward to meeting you personally, and we will have to end this program earlier because I have a couple of friends who are here, and we need to go someplace for somebody who's celebrating her 90th birthday. And this is somebody who worked with me with the Department of Social Welfare. I look forward to meeting you. And Edison, I will say this prayer to end our program. Prayer for the nation. Lord, let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done and become the hope that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitations. Grant me the courage and humility. Fill me with spirit to face the challenge and start the change I long to see. Even if I'm not the light, I can be the spark in faith, service, and communion. Let us start the change we want to see, the change that begins in me. I want to thank Maider Zabala Segurola, Spanish Red Cross delegate, as we talk and speak about Spanish Red Cross projects and partnership programs with Philippine Red Cross. Go ahead, Edison.
Yes,
I will have to leave now
yes, okay, Gob
and
Cora.
say goodbye.
Okay. Maider, can we have your final message to our listeners?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. I would like to give the final message saying again, thank you. Thank you, Cora, for this opportunity. I'm also very looking forward the occasion to meet you in person, face to face. I think it will happen very soon. And I wish you a good recovery and treatment. And to everyone listening to us this afternoon. Also, thank you very much.
Yes.
And that's my last message is really a message of gratitude to all Red Crossers. Thanks.
Okay, thank you,
Muchas
Be.
gracias.
Yes, muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Maider Zabala Segurola, our Spanish Red Cross delegate. That is our featured delegate for this episode for the month of May. We'd like to thank also the staff of the Spanish Red Cross for helping us in coordination with Ma'am Maider, si Ma'am Ann. Okay? And that's it for our program. But before we go, I just want to say a report here from that I mentioned a while ago about a vehicular crash happened in Tarlac. Sa may sa may Sitios San Pedro, Barangay San Jose, Tarlac. It happened around 11:39 a.m. The status, all injured patients are in Tarlac Provincial Hospital. This involved in a jeepney from Monasterio de Tarlac to attend a mass and then affected, I think, 14 individuals. And Philippine Red Cross performance, there are from the Tarlac chapter deployed ambulance with 3 personnel headed by John Rovic Salvateria. And the Philippine Red Cross Operation Center coordinated with the Tarlac PDRMC and also was just called by one of the media reporter and Red Cross 143 volunteers for the incident validation and support mobilization. And as of now, the welfare manager coordinated with the administrator of Tarlac for the welfare team currently at the Tarlac Provincial Hospital. And then we are preparing for the blood. I think pinadala na to sa kanilang sa hospital. And also, some updates here. Okay, by the way, there is a sparkle run kanina sa Quirino Grandstand. It has been one of the run na inorganize ng isang network, okay? Yan ay ginanap kaninang magayan at ang ating Philippine Red Cross ay nagdyan po at naroon tayong first aid station at meron tayong ambulance, okay? At meron tayo dyang pasyente na na-cater. 41 patients, total patients natin na-cater. At yung mga nagpa-check ng vital signs, I think ay 4 na tao. At meron tayong mga minor cases, 37 ang tinamaan ng minor cases dyan. At kabilang dyan ay abdominal pain, abrasions, blister, body weakness, chest pain, cramps, ankle sprain. At so far, wala namang major cases at nadala sa hospital, first aid station. Okay. Ang assets natin dyan, 8 ambulance 8 ambulance pa lang nakadeploy dyan At meron tayong electric scooter Ito yung parang nagpapatrol po doon sa mga paligid para nakakapasok doon sa mga tao kung sino mga nangangailangan ng medical na atensyon. At 2 first aid station at habang meron tayong 40 na emergency medical service personnel at 1 doktor po yan. So, ang deployment natin, meron tayong sa Quirino Grandstand, sa May National Museum, sa Bonifacio Drive, Magallanes, Corner P. Burgos, Round Table, Roas Boulevard. At yan po ang mga naging kaganapan natin na report mula dyan sa Operation Center natin. Okay, tayo sa susunod po na na ating talakayan at napaka-interesting po dahil talaga nga naman nag-say hi, hello na po ang ating habagat. At yan po ay halos nararamdaman na natin dahil meron tayong mga thunderstorm na nararamdaman sa hapon at pinalalakas po ang ating habagat ngayon dahil meron po tayong bagyo Ang bagyo po natin nasa dakong norte, I think nasa may silangan po yan ng Basco, Batanes. Typhoon doming na po to kaya expect po natin na talagang palalakasin ng tong bagyo ang habagat. At yan po ay mararamdaman natin siguro, I think sabi ng Pag-asa po yata today or tomorrow or hanggang mga Wednesday po. At yan na po, siguro baka mag-start na ang ating rainy season. Kaya talaga nga namang pag-uusapan natin yan sa susunod na talakayan at syempre sa susunod din po, sa susunod pang mga episode natin ay magtatalakay tayo tukol din naman sa atin sa blood kasi June 14 ay World Blood Donors Day at tayo ay magkakaroon ng mga bisita mula sa National Blood Services. Okay, yan na po ang ating programa. Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross sa Radyo Pilipinas ngayon pong ika-31 ng buwan ng Mayo. Huling araw, Sir AJ. Diyan si Sir AJ. Yan po ang ating programa sa taong 2026 ng May 31. At susunod na po ang pagbabalita natin ni Sir Albert Sebastian. Maraming salamat po sa mga technical side natin muli. Sir Orly Lopez, Ma'am Joy Timidan at si Ma'am Jobel Lustre. Okay? Kasunod po ng pagbabalita ni Sir Albert Sebastian ang programa ni Vance Fernandez. Saan ka naman, Vance? Pulso ng Pilipino. Pagtapos po yan. Okay? Oras po natin, 9 na minuto bago mag alas 4 ng hapon.